Greetings, back with another video. I want to get straight to the point. I think this video is going to be very helpful for a lot of men out here that are being betrayed by women. I was one of them. And first, I want to give you people a little short version of something my middle brother, asked me. So as you can see my title, the reason why I said treat pretty, fine women like venomous snakes. And the reason why I said that is because most beautiful women, I'm going to get to it, are poisonous. And I'm going to show you and I'm going to give you a breakdown. And if you know a snake is a snake, and it will eventually bite if you keep playing with it. So when God says you will know them by their fruit, you better be sober-minded, and you better be watchful. And some of us are in a spider web, trapped with them, or on a fly trap. And I'm going to show you how I got off the fly trap. And it all involves with having faith. If you don't have faith, I'm going to give you a story about a man in the Bible that stands out to me. People, if you hear this big noise in the background, it is my trash day and this big truck is loud. I know you probably heard it. So let me take my time to make you people understand that I don't have a phobia for pretty women. I'm dealing with a wife right now that if I show you when I met her and up to this day, she hold her age real good. Very beautiful woman, had a nice body, and even my brothers and my female cousins used to praise her for her body and her looks, looking at me like, where did you find her? All right, so keep that in mind so I can let you people know where I am today, where my psyche is at today. All right. The main thing with men today, they get addicted. That was one of my problems, that I had a problem with being addicted. I just made a video, being addicted to sex. And especially when a person is vulnerable, a man, he's vulnerable. All right. And that's how Satan uses the weakest vessel, which is women. Okay? Through the flesh. And Jesus has warned us and told us, do not sow to the flesh, but to the spirit. That means you need knowledge. You need to be reborn again, repentance. All right. I'm going to show you before I was transformed and I had repented, before I had repented. I was married to my first wife in 1992. She thought she was the best woman that God put on this earth. And she was my first wife. Now, mind you, I had 2 other daughters before I got this one pregnant. I had never married no other female. All right. And this female I confided in and told her, hey, I want to make this work, because I ended up getting her pregnant. And I told her, I'm already paying child support. I want to make this work. You don't put all your eggs in the basket. Are you with me? And that's why you have to sit and be watchful and don't jump out there and get married real quick just because you're having sex. Well, I'm going to fast forward and make you people understand something my brother asked me, and I'm going to show you what this female did to me. And the reason why she did this to me, because they lie. Listen to me. That's why I told you, do not get addicted to sex and addicted to a person because how they look and because they got a body. Okay? You're going to be vulnerable. Listen, what I want to tell you people before I tell you what they do. Are you seeing on YouTube that people are making videos to where either an older man, a middle-aged man, or a young man, when that female betrays him, don't want him no more, he cannot take no for an answer. They end up getting deleted. So Satan kills two birds with one stone. She's deleted and he's behind bars. This is the common behavior that you're seeing today with men, that they can't take breakups. So I want to show you people something that I did, and I sit back to myself and I kind of examine myself and I go, I'm going to kind of look at this real good. Why did I do that? So when my first wife stepped out on me, she stepped out on me and left me for a weekend to go mess around. Wouldn't answer her phone. Left on a Friday. When she got off of work, she left on a Friday and didn't come back till Sunday evening because she knew she had to go to work Monday. Well, when she left, she took my daughter. It was my daughter's birthday, and she thought that was going to make me have bait to go to the birthday, because this is why we got into an argument. She said, when we go to our daughter's birthday party, which my daughter was turning 3, she said, we going to the nightclub. I said, I'm not going to no more nightclubs. I'm not finna party no more. So she thought, because she was the best the best woman for men on earth. We had already been together for probably about 5 years, and I don't want to pay no more child support. So that's why she left. And I tried to call her. She didn't answer no phone calls. She never returned none of my text messages. And had the nerve to come back with her mama's boyfriend, and her sisters, and found out that I changed the locks, and they burst out all the windows. And the cops told me I shouldn't have locked her out. So she thought she won the battle. She got her stuff and got on. I ended up getting evicted because the neighbors found out that she broke out the windows, and they called the landlord, so they evicted me out of there, and I had to find a place to stay. Not only that, when this lady left me, she took all my money out the bank because I had her on my bank account. Now, you see the ignorance? All right. I want to make you people understand a key point about this situation. All right. When she left me, a week goes by. She calls me. Why don't you come over here to my mother's house and show me and your daughter that you love us? Because she was thinking that when she left me, because I don't want to pay child support, I was going to take her back after she stepped out on me. At this point in time, I did not know Christ like I do today, and I had not repented. But it was in my mind, on my strategy, I said to myself, this hoe think because I don't want to pay child support, I'm going to let her go out on me like this here and mess around and take her back. Well, let me make you people understand something. I was not addicted to her sex, and I was not vulnerable. I was making good money. Stop right there and let me make you people understand something. Now listen. What do you think is going on when a man is making good money? Making good money, got a lot going for himself, and a female tells him she doesn't want him no more and he can't take it. He shouldn't be insecure. He's got all the money. I'm going to show you in a minute, people. Stick with me, and I'm going to take you people somewhere. Why that is happening. All right. Okay. When this lady did this to me, I did not take her back. I waited, and I waited. I moved, and I would probably say maybe 6 months went by. This lady was out here jumping around from club to club. I ended up going to a few clubs and saw her in there. And I seen her come in there with a few girls, and she kind of went and sat at this table by herself because she thought I was going to come and kiss up to her. And no telling what kind of man was in there watching and say, yeah, see if he'll come up to you so they can kick my teeth out of my mouth. So I was watchful. I did not know that God was working on me. I was watchful, sober-minded. So I never touched her. Never went over there and said nothing to her. I just leave the club. Every time I used to see her in the clubs, I would leave the clubs. So come to find out, this lady, at this time, we had already been together probably 4 or 5 years. I think I ended up filing for a divorce in 1996. I'm sorry. Yeah, 1996. Okay. And our divorce was final in 1997, somewhere around there. But at the time when my attorney filed for the divorce, she looked on record and said, hey, you know she filed for a divorce, but they didn't file it yet through the courts. I mean, the judge hasn't signed it. So she said, I'm going to file and let the judge sign it so you have the first say. So that went well for me. So she right away stuck me for child support, never took her back. Okay? Gave me this runaround. Didn't want to let me see my daughter. Was always using my daughter for bait. And my father had drove me with the court orders. Found out that she found some guy that lived in New Orleans, Louisiana. Supposedly he had a Corvette and he had it going on. So I would meet her halfway. My father would take me down for her to give me my daughter. She tried to sick her new man on me as if they were tight. Well, let me tell you people what my brother asked me so you'll know when I tell you further what took place after this lady was married to this man for 10 years. 10 years. And they bought a house in Texas. I can't give you the full name. They may catch this video. They bought a house in Texas. They had moved because of the storm. I think Katrina back then. So they moved to Texas. Facebook, all pictures of them at the beach trying to show his muscle, bragging. And even when she divorced me on my final day, she had him in court and he over there staring at me like he the best man. And then when she went to she said, excuse me, judge. Can you please remove his last name? Because I'm finna get married. I don't want to carry his dirty last name. And the judge said, yes, ma'am, I can do that. Degraded me, disrespected me, disdained me, discorded me. Well, let me tell you people what the question my brother asked me. He said, hey, man, because they seen her at the swimming pool before and they thinking because she had a body on her. I mean, even my own biological father couldn't stand her. He used to tell me, how come that lady walk around like she thinks she's the best woman on earth? And I saw it in her, okay? And this is what women want you to do. They love admiration. That's right. They practice idolatry and they know the reason why they are double-minded and they lie is because they're dealing with spirits behind them. When you practice idolatry, you enter yourself in the mirror all the time. They practice idolatry. They want admiration. They're out here knowing that there's other men giving them likes, comments, and want to subscribe to them. So that's the reason why they try to break you. Okay? So when my middle brother asked me, how is it that you shook? How did you shake your first wife, man? You didn't cry nothing, man. You didn't go run after her. Let me tell you why, people. And I'm going to keep it 100. You know, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I see a lot of pretty women walking around here and they think that they got it going on from the head to the toe, to the toe to the head. And we as men, we don't want to always throw it out there that there's something about them that we found out we don't like, even though on the outside. See, this is just like the Pharisees were. There was some things about the Pharisees that people say, ooh, look at the Pharisees. And they look good on the outside. But in the inside, God said they were wicked. They were wicked as you know what. And this is something that my ex-wife did not know, that I didn't like the bedroom. And I'm going to keep it private. I just didn't like the bedroom. So I wasn't attached to downstairs. So that was the reason why I wasn't addicted to her. Did I love my daughter? Yes. But she used my daughter as income purpose. She used my daughter as bait. So let me make you people understand, when you sustain not being addicted to a person, guess what? You can get off that fly trap. Because that's what they're trying to do, put you in a fly trap. Okay? And that's when they'll shred you to pieces. I'm going to show you in a minute of somebody in the Bible. Okay? All right. Now, 10 years goes by. This lady calls me out the blue. Got in contact with my brother and them and called me out the blue. I'm still working at the time. I think it was probably in the year of 2000. I want to say in 2010 or 11. This lady called me and said, hey. I said, hey, I'm thinking she want me to see my daughter. Now, my daughter's older now. But guess what she said? Hey, are you still married? Because I had got remarried to that demon that I told people about on another video. But she's deceased. So I said, no. I said, I'm no longer married. Been by myself for a while. Bought me a house, 2006. She said, yeah, I bought me a house in the same year. I said, oh, yeah, I remember when she wanted a raise. I almost didn't get my house. So we was talking. So she said, hey, I want to talk to you about something, because she found out I was single. And she said that the man that used to drive the Corvette, she thought he was going on, she called him a lazy MF, said that he goes to these car shows in Louisiana and he don't come up with his taxes, that their house was not escrow, that every time it was time to pay for the taxes, he was broke and quit his job, quit a job after another job. She said, he reminds me of your brother, he's lazy. And he popped 2 babies in her. She got 2 girls by him and 1 girl by me. And she wanted me back, people. So I played along with it just to get the 411. Try to find out the whole attributes of, how did this guy treat my daughter. So this young lady came into the town that I live in, took me to a mother house, and they was all surprised to see, like, what in the world are you doing with him? And took me upstairs to her mother's vacant bedroom. She was just in town visiting on a holiday. And so I went and met up with her and took her to a little old place. We went to a little bar and grill. And I kind of noticed that she was had water in her eyes. I was like, this don't seem right. What is she up to? Well, let me tell you what she was up to, people. My child support was getting ready to get close to getting right, to be closed out. Okay? So she knew that this wasn't a working man. So she knew it was going to be hard getting child support from him. So guess what this lady tried to get me to do, people? She wanted me to have sex with her. But I did not. She said, you sure have changed. Because she knew I was the type of guy that wanted to drop them panties all the time. But God was working on me. And then she had the nerve to call me and say, hey, I just want to know, are you willing to get back together? I mean, I'm listen to me, people. I'm on the phone, listen to this lady tell me, do I want to get back together? And I said, well, what about the child support? Oh, that'd be like my allowance. So I prayed along with it. I said, oh, okay. She said, hey, listen, used to call me while the man was in the house, telling me that the man wanted sex, and told me, hey, if we get back together, are you going to treat my 2 daughters like you're going to treat your own daughter? And hadn't wanted me to see my daughter all the years she been growing up. Reprobate. Now you see the spider web that a Jezebel snake will put you through. So I declined it. After I got all the information, I declined it. Listen to me real good, people. I want you people to understand something about these pretty fine women that think that they're untouchable. All right. That's the reason why I say treat pretty fine women like venomous snakes. You don't just go pick up a snake and ignore the fact that it's a snake. You pick up a rattlesnake, it hadn't bit you yet, but guess what? When it do bite you, it bit you because it's a snake. So that's how you're supposed to look at people. These pretty women out here. Satan masquerades as an angel of light. And the Bible calls him that old serpent. So who was deceived in the garden? Eve was. And women are being deceived every day because they don't want to give their life to Christ, because they don't think they need to, because they think them looks and that body and that, you know what, is powerful. But guess what? It is. If you make it powerful. How you make it powerful if you're addicted to it. Now, do you get it? I want you people to understand. You don't want to be addicted or be in any vulnerable situation dealing with a beautiful woman. Not all of them are bad, but if you find a pretty woman now with a nice body and she is humble, then guess what? Chances are we're going to find Bigfoot. Are you with me? Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, now, when I didn't take this lady back, my middle brother was dumbfounded. Like, when his wife did him like this here, he cried. I mean, he was drunk, wanted to give up in life, wanted to go shoot the guy. I'm going to go delete him, man. He took my wife from me. No, I told him, no, man, don't do that. They're back together today. And guess what? He's on a fly trap. What do I mean when I say a fly trap? He's stuck. She's still out here messing around on him. Okay? What you think gonna come out of it? Disaster coming out of it. Why? Because he took her back. She gonna bite him again. And this is what's happening with men out here in the world, when you go back, the Bible says like a dog returning to his vomit. Well, if she made you sick in the first time and you take her back, she going to make you sick the second time. And guess what? She going to fill up your tolerance cup, and guess what? You going to snap. That's right. That's why I didn't take this one back. So my brother say, wow, man, so you got her pregnant and you wasn't really addicted to her? I said, no, man, she been out there, man, you know. I'm talking about the lake was pretty big down there, man, and I know I got some, you know, I can't go there with you people because I gave my life to Christ. You need to know what I'm talking about. Some of these women out here are getting blown out. But they still go out and look in the mirror, and they still go out and think that they got it going on, but they get blowed out, okay? And then they want to come back to you, and they get more blowed out. You understand what I'm saying? Bed sluts. You get it? All right. So that's what's going on with pretty women out here in the world. You got to be careful with them pretty women, because why? They venomous snakes, okay? So this second wife I had, I kept going back to my vomit. Why did I keep going back to my vomit from the difference of the first wife? Well, I just told you. I wasn't addicted to the first wife's sex, but I was addicted to the second wife's sex. And that's why she shredded me to pieces. And false pretense put me behind bars. That's right, the case was dropped and everything, and they had suspended my gun license and everything. I went through it, almost lost my job. Behind some sex. Okay? I was drunk on sex. Are you with me, people? Okay? So that's why I'm trying to make you people understand that if you don't have faith, and if you play around with your faith, and you're addicted to something, I want you to look in the Bible in Judges chapter 16. This one stands out to me big. Samson and Delilah. Think about Samson. Let me give you a rundown about Samson. And this is what's happened to many men today in the world. Samson was blessed with superhuman strength by God to fight his enemies, the Philistines. Delilah was a Philistine woman. They used her to betray him, to tell her his secret of being so strong. Now, let me make you people understand something before I get to about the big picture about Samson and Delilah. Do you remember the story about Lorenzen Wright? And Lorenzen Wright had a woman that spent up all his wealth when he was an NBA basketball player. The guy earned $50 million a year and was in bankruptcy mode. Him and his wife separated because her spending habits. She goes out here and get remarried, married another guy for 2 years, and he said, you know what, look like you got some spending addictions. So she got divorced from him. So now her and Lorenzen Wright was divorced. And this dude is standing in another state, and she's standing in another state. And they haven't seen each other for years. She had to have some bad stuff down there for Lorenzen Wright to be lured back. She called him and told him that she missed him. And would he come back in town because she missed him and she wanted to make love to him. And she had some homeboys that she had in the house hiding and lured him across the states. This dude flew to go see this here snake with venomous poison in her and had him deleted. So this is what I'm trying to make you understand. How did Satan lure him in? Through his addiction. He was drunk on sex. I almost was a Lorenzen Wright. And this is what I'm trying to teach somebody out here. That you don't want to be addicted, and if you don't have faith, you in danger. Because God is telling us, do not sow to the flesh. The flesh is sinful. When you put drugs, our body is the Lord's temple. You defile the temple. That means that the flesh is contaminated. And if you keep putting drugs in you, you're going to be addicted to the drugs, and you're going to go back to the drugs, and what the drugs going to do? Either delete you or deteriorate you. So it's the same thing when you're out here with sex. So Samson, they used a woman, just like they used, this lady used her private part to get him back over there. So the Philistines told this lady, which was Delilah, we want you to sleep with Samson and find out, because Samson was a bad boy. He was whooping some armies. And could nobody take him down. God gave him some supernatural strength. So you know Delilah had to be fine and pretty for her to keep working on him. See, Satan works on you subtle over time. So it's just like the more you drink, you're going to get intoxicated. You ain't going to be sober-minded. And the more you keep going back to that same vagina, you're going to get drunk, addicted, and you ain't going to be sober-minded, and you ain't been watchful. And she's setting it up. So this is what Delilah was doing to Samson. She was setting it up. Baby, after they would have sex, what is it about you that you're so strong? And he lied 3 times. She said, why do you keep telling me these lies, baby? If you love me, you would tell me the truth. And Samson gave in. Because why? You know she had to be giving him fellatio. And she was gapping them legs from east to west. And Samson fell for it. See, he told her, if I fall asleep, now I want you to hear the voice, how women take strength from men, put them on a fly trap. Well, if you put me to sleep, how you think she put him to sleep? And what happens when a man, when he released? He goes to sleep, don't he? And he went to sleep. And before he went to sleep, he told her his secret. Well, if you cut my hair off, then I'll lose my strength. So you know she had to sex him up real good so he can go to sleep. And that's what most women are doing today. Setting you up. Okay? And then when he woke up, he was no longer the supernatural strength Samson. You know that? Yeah, you just cut. What you do? He lost his balls and everything. You know, he didn't have that bass in his voice no more. What did you do? She cut his hair. And them Philistines was looking for him. And he begged God to give his strength back. See? So this is what God is telling us today. Be careful. Stay sober-minded. I may not be able to give your strength back to you. And be watchful. Because there are some people, women, have used to put their spouses in the cemetery and behind bars. So you gotta not be addicted to no one on this earth other than God. Y'all take care of YouTube. And that's how I have successfully been in this marriage today. That I am addicted to God. Because he says, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. I am living today knowing that my wife today will betray me. And she has. And what happens to a man when a woman betrays him? If you're a provider, if you're a person that's insecure and you're vulnerable, guess what? If you don't know Christ, domestic violence will be at your address. And those cops will be glad if you're African American or a person of color, Hispanic, to put you behind bars and delete you. So remember, don't trust these venomous snakes. Most pretty women, 99.99% of them, are practicing idolatry and are high-minded. And the only way they're going to come down is when God put a sickness on them. That's why you see most of them getting deleted, or they either get breast cancer, lupus, or some type of disease that'll bring them down. Y'all take care, YouTube. Be back with another video if it's God's will.